so much, everyone, for staying with us. Let's get to Kogi State, where there appears to be some political tension there. And this time around, the usual tension you will find is between APC and PDP. But it seems things are happening differently. But why? Recently, we've heard the SDP governorship candidate there, who was a former leader in the APC national body, the NWC of the APC, but he since went to the SDP to get the ticket of the party after he lost out in the governorship primary. But things are really getting awry. As you remember the crisis when there was, the governor made reference to the fact that he was waylaid on his way back to Lokoja, and he had accused the SDP candidate and some of his allies of being behind it. The SDP candidate has fired back to say, no, it was in fact the governor who attacked them. But what exactly is going on? Recently, there was also an alleged attack on the SDP campaign office in Lokoja. Tonight, we have the SDP governorship candidate, Ajaka. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Sean. Point of correction, I didn't lose out in the APC primary.
When that happened? But you did not win.
I was not allowed to participate in the primary. Well, the governor procured a state high court order restraining me from participating in that primary on the ground that I have been suspended by my ward. So please correct that.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact remains that you did not win.
How can
is it a fact that you're not the governorship candidate?
I did not participate. I was not allowed to participate in the primary.
So you did not lose?
So I didn't lose. So
okay.
If I had participated,
you would have won.
Nobody could have stopped me.
All right. Now that you have cleared the air, that's fine.
So just for the record.
That's good. You are the SDP governorship candidate now.
By the grace of God.
And because of the incident of, I mean, what you explained now, that was why you moved to the SDP and you got the ticket of the party. But since then, what has been happening? Because you have alleged that there are people who are after your life, after your candidate. Is it that you are that popular?
I am. Let me give you the background. You see, immediately after the primary, where I was excluded on the ground of a court order, I made a case before the former president of the situation in the APC in Kogi State, and the threat to my life. And he asked me to put it in writing, which I did. And I equally write the then IG. Because Bello have threatened to kill me.
No way. That's a very heavy allegation.
Yes, and that's exactly what he's doing. I'm coming, Mr.
No, just for a moment, no, because, you know, this is a program where you can lay a heavy allegation against someone and without, especially allegations on the issue of bordering on murder and assassination, you need to be able to show evidence of what you meant by that. How is he? Who have you? What exactly do you mean by that?
My petition before the former president, before the IG, before the NSA, they are there. And since I moved from the APC to the SDP, it has been attack upon attack.
Who are those attacking you?
Of course, you know.
I don't know. I'm asking you.
It's the governor and his agents.
I mean, when you are mentioning the governor, are you running against the governor? He's not on the ballot, is he?
That is the issue. The governor is not on the ballot, but he has taken it up upon himself to campaign for the candidate. He should allow us to compete.
Is it a crime to campaign for the candidate of your party?
I'm not saying it's a crime. What I'm saying is should allow everybody to compete. Let us tell the people of the state what we all can do for them and let them make their choice. But in the case of this one, the governor does not allow anybody to move. Once he knows you are popular, if people are with you, the next thing he will charge you with terrorism. And he has his history. If you remember, in 2019, Natasha contested, she suffered the same fate, attacked her, burnt down her campaign office. It's same to Senator Dino.
So, but when these things are being done...
So the governor and the government have the issue of violence.
Has it being officially, by any court of law, been established that it is the governor and the government that is doing this? So because you need to be clear, you are speaking to Nigerians, and this is a national television of great impact. So you need to be able to choose your words carefully when you're making allegations of that weight.
It's not an allegation. It's a statement of fact.
Based on your closeness with the governor? Is that how you have privileged information about this?
It's not based on my closeness to the governor. It's based on what has happened and what we all know.
What you know and what is legally acceptable are two different things. If it has not been proven in court of law that this person did this, you can't for sure say that the person did it.
Facts are clear.
The point I'm making.
The facts are clear. The facts are clear.
What is the fact?
That his agents are the one attacking people in Kogi State.
And have you been able to identify these agents?
Of course. Okay, I'll give you an example. The people that came to attack the party office in Lokoja about 3 days ago, one of them is SSA. In spite of our complaint to the police, up to now, they have not arrested any of them.
Did you see the person?
Of course. Of course. You see, let me tell you, if you see violence happening in a state and nobody is arrested, you should know the state government is part of it.
So let me put this to you. Now, you were very close to the governor. True or false?
That's true.
When did you guys start to fall out?
Like I said, like you know, we're close because we're in the same party. And we are supposed to be on the same page on party issues. And it is expected of him as the leader of the party to make the primary open to all. Let the most acceptable take the day. But the governor does not allow a free and fair process.
So it was the primaries that made you guys to fall out?
Exactly.
When you were, is it true that the governor backed you in emerging as an official of the party?
As what? Come again?
As an official of the NWC of the APC. Is it true that the governor made you,
of course,
gave you that slot?
Every nominee of the state where there are governors must have the endorsement of the governor. And that is exactly what he did.
So it's true he was the one who gave you that slot?
He endorsed my nomination.
So when you were saying things about him, because I'll allow you to listen to the Commissioner of Information and what he said and communication in Kogi State, because it will be a one-sided story if you're making these allegations and they have actually rebutted what you said. Take a listen to Kingsley Fanwo on what he said about the situation in respect of the SDP and the state of security in Kogi State. Take a listen to it. Kingsley Fanwo.
The question you need to ask the SDP fans of the late Kabir Bala is, what is their interest in the criminal enterprise of the late crime lord? Was there a pact between them and the late notorious leader to assassinate members of other parties? We are patiently waiting for law enforcement agents to unravel the mystery by inviting those making unguarded, reckless statements without minding the opprobrium of being associated with a serial killer.
What's your response to that?
The fellow in question, the late Kabiru Oko, was a leader in APC. And they are the one that appointed him as the leader of APC in Kogi East. In fact, he was a delegate at the last party convention. They had issue with this guy since the day he renounced his membership of APC. They were the one that brought him from prison, pardoned him, in order for him to work for them, which of course he did work for the party. But since the day the man says he's no more supporting Yahaya Bello's or those agenda, that is when the trouble started with him. But before they killed him, when he was in APC, they never accused him to be a terrorist and a kidnapper. But trouble started the day he said no, he's not going to support Tododo.
Now, you have you, the new, the police in Kogi State at the moment, have you made, with recent events, have you met with the Commissioner of Police, with the recent event that happened in Kogi State?
Of course.
And what is the response?
The chairman have written to them. We've not really had anything from them up to now.
Why do you think that you are in the line of fire?
Because I'm popular, and then my people love me. That's why they're after me.
I mean, they are saying on their own side that you don't even have a chance in this election.
They're just giving themselves hope because they know they're on their way out.
Did you hear what the AA candidate said when there are talks about him stepping down for you? He said it was an insult, but said that he was going to step down for you. And this is being attributed to say, look, there is not even a unison within your own senatorial district as to your candidacy, and whether there is an endorsement from your own people that you said are supporting you.
Well, the people of the East have endorsed me, and I'm not aware where he said it's an insult for him to step down for me. And once I get the clip, I'll respond to him accordingly.
Yeah,
nobody is forcing him to step down for anybody.
Let me read out to you. Mr. Jibrin has released
Admiral Jibril.
Yeah. And it says, our attention has been drawn to a fallacious and apparently malicious online publication by some reporters mischievously purporting a fairy tale withdrawal from the governorship race by Vice Admiral Usman Oyibe Jibrin of Kogi APP for Alhaji Murtala Yakubu Ajaka of SDP. We therefore right to make the following clarifications: that the said publication is completely false, totally mendacious, and the hallucinatory imagination of the publisher who, in search for cheap publicity, decided to concoct a totally baseless and unfounded fallacy against the person of Vice Admiral Usman Oyibe Jibrin.
Well,
that is a statement from
I don't have any response to that statement because Admiral Jibril is an elder and someone that I have tremendous respect for.
Did you wish that he stepped down for you?
I wish he stepped down for me, but it's not for me to discuss that here.
But the argument, if you ask the Okun people in the Kogi West, they will tell you that it's their turn. How do you react to that?
You see, in all fairness, if Yahaya Bello is sincere with the people of Kogi State, if he had given to somebody from the West, of course, we will tell our people to wait. We would have flowed along that line. Even when the East were doing this governorship back-to-back, it has never happened in one local government, doing it back-to-back. If Yahaya Bello has given it to somebody from the West, of course, it's natural for us to align with that person. But for you to give the ticket to somebody from the same ward with you, Abba, that can't stand now.
So you think that Kogi West deserves it, but because the APC did not give the ticket to Kogi West, you threw your heart in the ring.
Exactly.
Is that fair?
It is fair.
That you think that Kogi West deserves it, but you are still running and you are from Kogi East?
No. If APC had given the ticket to someone from the West, of course, the rest of us in the state that were in the party would have talked to our people in the East. They said, okay, please, let this thing go around. But as it is today, the candidate from the West, that those that are running from the West, they don't have the number to fight this fight as it is now. So the best thing for the people of the West now is to align with us. Let us fight this our common enemy, which is Yahaya Bello.
Why are you somewhat fixated? Because I thought that you'll be facing Ododo, who is the APC candidate.
Did you hear Ododo campaigning anywhere?
You'll be against the likes of Senator Dino Melaye or against the likes of Honorable the ADC candidate, Leke Abejide. I mean, you talking about Yahaya Bello, but he's not on the ballot. So I'm worried why you keep mentioning his name. We should not be mentioning his name here. We should be talking about the race.
He's the problem. As I'm talking to you now, Yahaya Bello is using the police to charge me for terrorism.
Did you do anything wrong? What is the offense?
This is his trademark.
What is it? What are the charges? What are the allegations?
He's charging me for terrorism.
On what basis? What did you do?
It's for you to inquire as a journalist.
No, but have the charge been thrown at you?
Yes.
You are telling us now that you have the charge, that you've been alleged to have been involved in terror.
Some policemen from Lokoja were looking for me yesterday on the ground that they have charges against me, as I was told. I went home to see the traditional rulers in Okun land, in the central, and in my own side, in my own central zone. The local government commission, the Commissioner for Local Government Affairs, called the entire of Igala not to receive me. You can imagine a commissioner calling a first-class chief, the custodian of our culture, not to receive the governorship candidate. He didn't. I couldn't go in. Because I know what these guys are up to.
Who told you that he was said not to receive?
That's what I was told from the palace.
Or could it be true? Have you confirmed it?
Yeah, I confirmed it. That's why I couldn't go in. That's why I couldn't go in.
All right. Because the government in that press conference they did in Lokoja, they denied that they would never do it, and they did not do it. That's their own defense. But they never said that.
It's just politics now. They have done what they want to do already. They are just denying. They're just denying. Sean, you know this better now. They're just denying.
All right. On a final note, what is your final word on the program tonight in respect of your race? You say that there's a threat on your life. Yeah. You think that you are popular enough, and that's why this is coming. What is your next line of action?
Well, my next line of action, I've already written to the federal government through the National Security Advisor. I've written to the IG today again that anything, if anything happened to me or any member of my family or member of my campaign team, the state government should be held responsible, and they should enforce it on them to allow freedom of movement and freedom of speech in the state.
Would you, because the lives of the people of Kogi State are important in all of this. Yeah. Would you also tell your supporters and your followers to stay away from violence? Would you be able to say that tonight?
We are non-violent people.
Or are you able to categorically tell your supporters tonight that they should stay away from violence?
There is nobody supporting me that is promoting violence. None.
Are you able to say tonight, to tell them, you have the opportunity, just 30 seconds to say it and preach peace tonight?
I'm for peace. I symbolize peace. The problem is the state government.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Muritala Yakubu Ajaka, SDP governorship candidate in Kogi State, I wish you the very best. Thank you so much indeed for coming here tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Sean.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
That's all.